Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the last video of the week, probably. Unless I decide to kind of review the midweek games. Well, not the midweek games, but like the weekend games on Sunday. But yeah, because I still need to. But now I need to wait for the Man United Arsenal game, which is what I'm going to talk about to play. So I'm going to do the review on Monday. So basically, welcome to the last video of the week, and hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're having a great day so far. Yeah, man. Please, before I go on to the video, first you already mentioned I'm going to talk about Man United versus Arsenal. Before I go on with it, get on with it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and also please like the video if you happen to like the content, and please push that notification bell so that you can get notified when I post a new video. But yeah, man. So going on with the video, I want to talk about Man United versus Arsenal. So obviously that's the big game that's playing this weekend. Game between two top six clubs. Obviously, this is quite a fascinating game. To be honest, because I think the reason I say it's a quite fascinating game is because Man United have found some form of late, because they've won their last 3 games. And they have back-to-back clean sheets, probably for the first time in months. So it's a really fascinating game in that regard, in that they've picked up form, and then Arsenal obviously have started off the season brilliantly because they've won 5 of their opening 5 games. So both teams come into the game playing really well in terms of their form. And with the signings that Man United have made, especially Casemiro, every time I've seen Casemiro kind of go onto the pitch, and when I've seen him play as that defensive midfielder for Man United, you can tell that he's a world-class defensive midfielder, because he just has a great understanding of the game in terms of knowing when to be, knowing where to be and when to be in that position. Because I watched him yesterday against Leicester. Obviously he didn't start the game, but he did come onto the game in the second half. And every time Leicester were kind of like breaking and were trying to create, he was getting in the way, and he was making an interception, and he was getting the ball back and then giving it to the attackers. So I wouldn't be surprised if Erik ten Hag decides to start him against Arsenal, especially with the fact that he's brought him on in the past 2 games in the second half. So surely he's gotten up to speed a little bit with regards to his fitness and playing in those Premier League games. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if Erik ten Hag drops McTominay and he puts Casemiro into the midfield, because I think it would really add steel to that midfield, and it would boost their chances of winning. But obviously, I think United are really playing well. Well, let me not say they're really playing well, because they've played well in the past 2 games in the first half. And then in the second half, they've been on the ropes a little bit, but they've defended well, and they've managed to win the game, and they've kept a clean sheet, which you can compliment that, because it's good when you're not playing well in games, you hang on to the lead and you defend your box, and you make sure that the opposition team, when they're on top of you, they don't score, which is what Man United have done. So I guess we have to give praise to that. And the centre-back partnership of Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane has really looked solid. They really look solid at that back, and there seems to be a steal in the back line of Man United. Dalot is relishing defending. Like, for the first time I've seen Dalot play, with grit and determination defensively. So it looks like he's relishing defending, basically, and that's not something that you've seen from Diogo Dalot in the past. But now he's relishing defending, and like Varane and Martinez are also relishing defending, and the left back Tyrell Malacia is also playing well at this moment in time. And every time Man United make a block, every time they like defend their box, they fist bumping each other, they high fiving each other. It's actually like, the first time I saw this was when City signed Ruben Diaz. And I'm not trying to kind of just talk about Man City because I support Man City, but I saw this from Ruben Diaz when he came into the side, and for the first time, I saw steel in John Stones. I saw him relish the art of defending. I saw him like defending. No, excuse me for that. But basically, I saw I saw John Stones relish the art of defending, and I think it's exactly the same thing that I'm seeing from the thingy, from the. It's excuse me, man, guys. That's my niece there. She's kind of like crying there a little bit, so she's just disturbing me a little bit. So I apologize for that. But basically, I'm seeing Man United defenders relish the art of defending. They seem to be enjoying defending, and I think that's something that Lisandro Martinez has brought into the team. Also, Rafael Varane, because Varane is kind of relishing this role of being a leader in that back line, because he's the most experienced in the back line. So he's relishing that role of being a leader, and it really looks like a great centre-back pairing between him and Lisandro Martinez. And I think when you put Casemiro into the midfield, then the team looks more solid, because Casemiro is gonna shield the back line and make sure to stop counter-attacks and things to that nature. So I think it's going to be an interesting game, especially also for the fact that I think Arsenal are struggling with injuries a little bit at the moment. I think Thomas Partey is injured, as well as El Neni. So Arsenal don't have a recognized defensive midfielder. They're not going to have a recognized defensive midfielder in that game. And I think they're probably going to play Granit Xhaka and Alexander Zinchenko, because Zinchenko can play as a midfielder. So I think they're going to play Xhaka and Zinchenko as the two as the double pivot in midfield, and then Tierney is going to play as the left back. And then Odegaard is also a doubt for the game, because I think he had a knock in Arsenal's last game against Aston Villa in the game midweek that they played against Aston Villa. So Arsenal are struggling with injuries a little bit, even though I don't have any confirmation whether Odegaard is going to miss the game or not. But I think Partey and El Neni are going to be missing for the game through injury. So I think that just might boost Man United's chances of winning the game, especially also if they start Casemiro. But I think it is going to be an interesting battle between Gabriel Jesus and Lisandro Martinez, because Gabriel Jesus is very aggressive. He likes pressing defenders. He likes making the life of a defender very uncomfortable. So I think he's gonna get tight to the centre backs. He's gonna try and press the life out of them. He's gonna try and force mistakes on the centre backs. So I think that's going to be a fascinating matchup between Lisandro Martinez and Gabriel Jesus. And I think though, I think Man United can hurt Arsenal. And the reason why I say Man United can hurt Arsenal is because Man United have fast-paced players offensively. Rashford is really quick. And therefore, I think, and also because of the way Arsenal play, Arsenal like dominating the ball. So Arsenal are going to want to have the majority of the possession in the game. Now, I don't think Man United are going to mind at times letting Arsenal have the ball, because they know that if they press Arsenal and they compete for the duels and the 50-50s against Arsenal, when they nick the ball, they're going to have spaces to run into in behind because of the way Arsenal play. And also because of the fact that Thomas Partey, who's the defensive midfielder for Arsenal, he's not going to be available for Arsenal in the game. So whenever Arsenal have the ball and they try to push up, when they're trying to attack, basically, they're going to leave spaces in behind. And I think that's going to give Rashford room to run into in behind, should basically Fernandes or Eriksen play the ball in behind the Arsenal defense. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup between Man United and Arsenal. And I think I would not be surprised if Man United came away with the win, simply because of the way Arsenal play and the fact that they're missing Partey at the heart of that midfield, and basically in the heart of that midfield. And also I think with the fact that Rashford is going to start for Man United, I think pretty much Erik ten Hag is going to go with the same team that played against Liverpool. That team that played with a very high intensity, pressed Liverpool, forced errors into Liverpool, and went in behind Liverpool, and as a result scored 2 goals against Liverpool and ended up winning the game. I think he's going to pretty much play the same team. But I just have a feeling he might drop McTominay and he might put on Casemiro. Because Casemiro is basically a world-class central defensive midfielder who's going to offer that steal. And technically, he's quite good as well, Casemiro. I saw some glimpses of him against Leicester yesterday when he got the ball and he basically won possession from Leicester, and immediately he got the ball to the attacking players, and then Man United were all of a sudden counter-attacking Leicester. So I think it's going to be a fascinating matchup between Arsenal and Man United. I think I'm leaning towards United. Actually, I think the way Man United play, and they will counter attack Arsenal in that game. And I just think if they're clinical in the game, which they were against Liverpool, I think they might just nick a win. I'm not sure if Antony is going to start, because obviously they've also signed Antony. So Elanga might be dropped, because the team that played against Liverpool, Elanga also started. Elanga might be dropped, and Antony might come into the side. I'm not quite sure with regards to that. Because Erik ten Hag really likes Antony. And he was really pushing the Man United board to sign him from Ajax Amsterdam, which they ended up doing on deadline day. So I think it's going to be a really fascinating game between Arsenal and Man United. I'm leaning towards a Man United win. Yeah, man, I think I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. But I'm not going to be surprised if Man United win the game. I just think I'm trying to cut Arsenal some slack because they really look good this season. But I think Man United can hurt them on the break. So I'm gonna go for a 2-2 a 2-2 draw between United and Arsenal. I think it's gonna be a really fascinating game. I'm gonna be watching the game for sure on Sunday because we play Saturday. So I'm gonna watch the game. But yeah, man, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. If you have any comments about the Man United Arsenal game, you can comment in the comment section below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, and also please push that notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Sorry for playing with my hands. Maybe it's disturbing a little bit. And also, like, if you like the video, please push that thumbs up button to like the video. And yeah, man, have a great weekend, guys. Have a great enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend and enjoy the games this weekend. And thank you for watching the video.